Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for checking out another one of my videos. My name's Isaac Ostrom, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install a garbage disposal with a double sink correctly. Take the disposal out here. Disposal is easy, it's just a little twist here. There's a little keeper ring that you got to pry off of here. Okay. Here is this setup here. So this goes up against the bottom of the sink. So this goes up against the bottom of the sink. This goes here. This little keeper ring is what holds it all together. This little guy right here. So when I put it back together, I'll show you how it goes. Okay, so here I have the disposal assembly that connects the disposal to underneath the sink. And first thing we're going to do, this would be upside down, back these three screws out. See these three screws? Back them about as far out as you can go, not all the way so they don't fall out, but that's going to give you some slack here. Because if they're screwed all the way down, you can see they'll be tight up against this keeper ring. This keeper ring right here is what's keeping these parts together. So we actually need to take this keeper ring off so these come apart, because this is the part that sits on top of the sink. This clamp mechanism is what keeps everything on from underneath. So you just take a screwdriver, see there's the gap right there, and the keeper ring comes off. So now once you take that off, this part comes out, it goes on top. This comes in from underneath, goes together, and then you put the keeper ring back on, and that's what holds it on. Now I've made myself a nice little worm of plumber's putty. That's going to go on the bottom of here. Put that plumber's putty. Plumber's putty looks just like that. And squish that all the way around. You got a bead that looks like that on the bottom. Might be a little thick, but hey, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. You can see I got the plumber's putty all the way around the disposal top, I guess you'd call this. Maybe flange, I don't know what you'd call it. Part that goes on top of the sink. It's gonna sit in here and everything's gonna suck up and it'll make all this putty squish out. So plumber's putty is just basically a space filler so that water can't get in between the cracks. Okay, so you can see here we got the flange stuck in through the sink, and here's the bottom part. You can actually see the little groove on here where this snap ring has to go. If you have somebody else to give you a hand, it's nice if they can hold it down from the top or put something heavy on it so it doesn't push up when you're trying to get this snap ring assembly on there. This little cardboard gasket goes up against the sink, then this piece, and then this piece, so it just goes just like that. So I'll get that in there and then try to use a screwdriver to get that snap ring on. That's the tricky part. That snap ring's on. Now to clamp this assembly in here nice and tight, you tighten those three screws back up and it'll suck everything together. Putty gooped out from around the edges once we tightened everything up. So now we just need to work on the basket strainer side, the side without the disposal. So it's really similar. There's not a keeper ring like the disposal one, but basically this goes on the top part of the sink and this part screws on from below, and then these 3 screws on the bottom finish it off after you get it tight. So this gasket, this rubber gasket, sits up against the sink. So again, this goes on top, this comes up from underneath. If I can screw it, I'm not retarded. I can screw it. There it goes. So it goes like that. So you got this the sink in between there. And once again, we'll put plumber's putty, a bead of plumber's putty all the way around. Okay, so got the plumber's putty on the bottom of the basket strainer. It's going to go on top. It's going to come up from underneath and screw on. Okay, so now we got our clamp up here. We got our basket strainer assembly on here. We're ready to start hooking up things. So here's the disposal. One thing to keep in mind, the disposals come with a plug in the dishwasher outlet. So this is where the dishwasher hose attaches to, and it's actually how your dishwasher drains. They put a plug in there just in case you hook up a disposal without a dishwasher. So there's a little knockout in there. If I can find my screwdriver. I got most of it. Oh, here it is. It's a little knockout that was in there. So now we got this little dealie here that attaches to our assembly that's mounted on the sink. These are just little things to twist. You give it about a quarter turn once it's up there. These little tabs lock on right here. So you'll see what it looks like. That's how easy it is. And you can just move it. Just move to right about there. Okay, here's another angle to show you a little bit more about how this goes on here. So here's that tab that I was pointing to. I guess this would kind of be the female end. This groove right here, that'd be like the male part of it. So the female hooks onto the male, and it's angled. It goes up, so it gets tighter as it goes. And here's the push tab. So you use these guys just as push tabs, and you can see how it rides up, and as it gets higher, it just gets tighter and tighter, and then that's locked in. So you can see that the groove is here now. It was here, and it rode up that ramp there and got tight. So to take it off, a little bit more, and I can just, the whole thing will just pop off. But I don't want to do that right now, so that's tight. That's as simple as it gets. The tab goes on right here and just slides up to there, and there's 3 of those going all the way around, so you just got to line them up. Mine is, don't worry about the position of this, because it slides. You see how I can just move it wherever I need to. So it's off a little bit when you're trying to get it on here. Don't fight it, because you can just slide it. I could slide it 360 degrees all the way around if I wanted to. Everything's just held with that rubber gasket up there. So, all right. So now that we got this in, we're just going to work our way back. You can see here's the sewer outlet. So we're just going to work from this way back, and we'll be done. So this little guy, this actually comes with the disposal. It's just a rubber fitting. Sits in like that. Got this little clamp that goes on. So that guy's on there. Yeah, make sure you use glue on both sides of both the fitting and the pipe. Get a good squish in there. I'm putting that adapter, that male adapter with a nut on there. It's a 1/2 inch and a half. So this is just a flanged pipe. Oop, with the rubber washer on it. So this is the basket strainer side, so just a flanged pipe. The nut came with the basket strainer, or sometimes there's a plastic nut that comes with the tailpiece. This is called the tailpiece. Rubber washer goes on top, in there like that. And do not over tighten that. Anytime you're dealing with rubber or plastic washers, do not over tighten. Just hand tight. Run the water. If there's a little leak, you can always just give it a little tighten. If you crush them too much and smash them and stretch them, they're done. There's nothing you can do. So it's better to go lighter than stronger. Here's an 1.5 inch lock nut. So that's going to go on there. Now I'm putting together the disposal side. Got the santee with another one of those male adapters on there. Putting glue on both ends. Again, you can see I have the santee installed right side up this time. Looking good there. You want a slight slope on your pipes. Trap's what keeps the sewer gases. Once this fills up with water, it doesn't allow gas from your sewer system in to come up through your sink. So if there's no trap, you're going to get some stink coming through the faucet. Yeah, so what I was saying, on horizontal piping, you want about an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch per foot of slope going to the sewer system. So you want everything running downhill. Definitely don't want it running uphill. Alright, last thing to do is just tighten up the lock washers here. Okay, so now we should have everything hooked up. The last thing I did was hook the dishwasher drain line in with the hose clamp right here, and that's going to the dishwasher. If you don't have an air gap, make sure you run a loop in the line up so it doesn't siphon water out of your sink to the dishwasher. But yeah, so that's good. That's it. That took me a couple hours to do. It should be all good. I'll check for leaks. And again, if you're looking to make some good money, learn how to do some plumbing, shoot, not many jobs you can make 150 bucks an hour at. So some of the work isn't real glamorous, but it pays well, and it's pretty cool to be able to do stuff like this. So thanks for checking out my videos. Rock on, you guys. That's awesome. You're even checking this stuff out, trying to get better at what you do. All right, God bless you guys. I'll talk to you later.